Nice to have you on board. So today's topic is being educated, being a graduate, a major factor in the choice of your spouse. Or a lot of people would say since they are educated, they would definitely not get married or not have a relationship with someone who is not educated. But I would like to say, is this actually a major determinant of making choices over whom we get along with? I think there are a lot of things to be considered in this case. Everyone actually wants the best and nobody would want a rotten package. Though it is good if you're educated, you go for that person who is equally educated. But what I want to say here is this: a lot of people who are educated do not actually have what it takes to have a relationship with somebody. Now, for instance, when I was growing up as a young person who just gained admission into the university, there was this doctor, a practicing doctor. He was coming after me for marriage, and the way he was approaching me wasn't really the right way, the right manner, because he was being forceful, trying to portray that he has all the qualities, he has all the money, therefore I should give in on him. But for me, I was considering something else. He didn't have one ear at that time. One of his ears was chopped off, So when I tried to find out what actually happened to your ear, one of your ears, he said that he was a cultist in the university. So there was a clash between two cults, and one of his ears got cut off. I said, okay, that's fine. So when he calls me on the phone, I would be in school, he would ring me. If I didn't respond, the way he would rant and rant and rant and rant. And there was a lady staying with this man at that point. I tried to make inquiry, who is this lady staying with you? That the lady was one of his office girls. At the long run, when I tried to make inquiry, I learned that this lady already had a child for that guy. Was he not educated? He is educated, and he is classy. He has pedigree, the qualification that everybody is looking for. Now, second instance is this. My roommate in the university then, my roommate was dating a pressman. The man was working at that moment with Anambra Broadcasting Service, that's ABS. So one of the days she went to visit this guy, the guy beat a hell out of her. Not considering that he is a public figure, that if it were in a civilized country, should that guy has taken up that case, it would definitely cost him his job. So why was this lady worried to get married to somebody who is a graduate? She was worried because she was staying with the foster parents. These foster parents of hers, both of them were doctors, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. So she was doing everything not to bring home somebody who is not a graduate. And at that point, someone else who is not even a man who wasn't a graduate was seriously approaching her for marriage. And the guy was cool-headed, responsible and all that. But she was saying no, being that she was actually going to please her foster parents, people she was living with, to bring home somebody who is equally a graduate and a working class. But after that incident happened to her, and when she came back to the hostel, I was like, you better say no to this guy, because if he's treating you this way, what will happen by the time you finally get settled with him? So just call it off and have your life. Now, after much more, this lady let go of that guy and finally settled with the other guy who isn't a graduate. Currently, as I am talking to you, they have 4 kids, and they have up to 3 different houses, and they have tenants in all their structures, finished, completed structures, and are happily married. So I don't think being a graduate should be a factor, a determinant factor, to be considered while choosing a life spouse. Some who married to their fellow graduates, go and check them out. It's not about speaking English. It's not about speaking long grammar. It's not about wearing a jump-up trouser, wearing oversized tie. It's not all about that, speaking those big English. No, There are qualities you should consider before ever you say yes, or before ever you dabble with a man or a woman. Does this person have good understanding? Does this person have good feature? Does he or she has a dream? What are her plans in the next 2-3 years? Is this person hardworking? It's not about physical beauty. It's not about height. Some people who married because of fairness. I want a woman who is fair. I want a man who is fair. A lot of them are crying today. I have met quite a number of them. Some who married because, oh, her family is rich, she has pedigree, she came from a high-class family, let me go in and marry. Some of them are crying today because they bring in fanciful ladies, beauty without brains, fanciful guys who do not have manners, who do not have home training. What you should be looking out for is this guy responsible? Responsibility entails a lot. What does being responsible entail? It entails the fact that somebody is God-fearing, or somebody has a good moral life, somebody has a good plan for the future, someone who is hardworking, someone who is honest, someone who could tell you that this particular stuff is white and you check it is white, and it's not someone who lies a lot, who mingles with so many women, who mingles with so many men, and yet claim that you are the only one, and it's not someone coming to you because of what he or she could get. No, this shouldn't be the determinant factor. Though it is good, if you want a spouse, go for somebody who have the same understanding with you. It's not when you are discussing something relevant, the person is talking rubbish. No. Get somebody who reason alongside with you. And if perchance you happen to fall in love with a guy or a girl who is not educated and you are educated, consider this factor. Is she willing to go to school at the long run? Some people marry, or after they got married, they go back to school. Recently, you saw that woman in Australia after having 4 children. She's even 40 and above, and she went back to study nursing. You see to that. So these are the reasons you should not considering just paper qualifications with empty brains as the major factor or major determinants for you to go into a relationship with somebody. So there are quite a number of qualities to consider. All right, thanks everyone. Thank you so much for your time. I remain your girl, Chief Friend. Remember to click on the red subscribe button, click on like. It's all free. Thank you so much, and see you again next time.